If we start?
Yes, please.
Okay, so thank you everybody for being here. We were in the session for knowledge and learning tools for conservation. So we have like a really rich experience in talking with the different groups and the different presenters that were there. And we just, for this presentation, we were trying to use the same diagram that Charo was telling us about the divergent zones, the emergent zones, and the convergent zones. So just as the general idea, what we get from these interesting conversations is that definitely we have like, we use different languages. The meaning not just Spanish or English or Portuguese, but there is according to our background. So we have people that was really interesting to see that in our groups, like people from the government, people from NGO, and people from the academia, they were communicating each other like in this really different way. So that was like really interesting for us. And then also like the general idea is how to use these tools to actually promote change, to influence public policies, for example, but how we can do that. So then we came with this question, and we are focusing more like in the problem than in the solution. So that was like kind of the idea maybe for the time. And then, Anil, if you want to explain like myself.
Yeah, well, there's no way we can summarize everything that happened today, so this is just a short review. We were talking about support decisions tools, and there's a lot of talking about environmental impact assessment, which is a kind of important tool for decision making on infrastructure projects. And we were talking about different knowledges, kind of knowledge, in how to address that as practitioners and as decision makers. Okay, so we were talking about how different languages need to be kind of translated. As Osvaldo said, it's not about languages in terms of Spanish, or it's about mindsets, worldviews, how we translate that, and how can we agree on that to build futures, okay? So considering the environmental impact assessment, as we must remind that it was considered as a tool for conservation and for development. And now we raise so many issues about that. It was 40 years ago, so there were discussions about new tools, how to address this diversity on those new tools, and if the tools we're talking about now, if we'll be discussing the issues related to those tools 30 or 40 years from now, like looking in the future, okay? Because the environmental impact assessment looked like a good idea back then, and it is, but it has to be really improved. So how to connect, how to take different kinds of knowledge into account in those tools in order to make better decisions, okay? So this was the emergence part where things look like mess, but then we went to the convergence part, okay? And we were talking about connections, how to bring rural and urban together, ecosystems and cross scales, how to support decisions with those kind of knowledge. And we take a look, brief look at the post-its that people contributed to. So we had a lot of post-its on the questions flip chart. So we kind of knew issues about the tools and everything, but there was a lot of questions, although we know a lot of stuff. So, and the interesting thing, there was a first panel about modeling, about using models to raise issues, especially in the infrastructure agenda. So those posts, the posts related to this presentation were concentrated on the challenge flip chart. So this was like the first look the first glance, we answer that. Well, the group will post this. And you guys can have something.
Just these two first bullets are with the convergence part. We talk about communication. So this issue raised in several questions we divided to ask. So we need better communication tools. We need better communication what we are doing to whom and where, and also about timing. So what's the best time to come up with these models or with this participatory planning to take action? That is like, what is the exact time you need to use those tools to convince our politicians or to change future pathways? And also, we have to increase our ability to support decisions. We just see it's very resumed or very summarized, but we just found out that we have to think more of it and how to integrate and get more better ability to support these decisions. Because so far we are trying, but nothing has happened that much in the actual landscape.
Just kind of the final thoughts. The ability to influence these kind of decisions. We were talking like, okay, for example, just taking this as an example, we have this assistant, like Charo was saying, this is a system. So each of us are looking one part of the system, right? You're a scholar, you're part of the NGO, you're a practitioner, but who is actually in charge of who is doing, like, who is taking a look at the whole system, how the whole system is working? I think that was some of the important things that came out in our group in order to try to understand this complex system and how we can make the connections between the different parts and during the process in order to have like a better understanding of each other and also how we can influence the decision-making process.
And who's deciding? That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much.